Okay. Good morning. Welcome to the Seneca County Board of Commissioners. Today's Thursday, June 6th, 1944. 80 years ago,
Not
right?
quite.
That's in my head. Today's D-Day, and it's actually 80 years later, 2024, 10 a.m., and we'll open with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow our heads and in all seriousness, this is the 80th anniversary of D-Day. And may we thank those service members for their bravery and sacrifice. May we honor their heroism, which liberated a continent and saved the world. And may we recommit to the future they fought for and they died for. Amen. Amen. All right, roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Here.
Commissioner Schuck?
Here.
Commissioner Franker?
Here. So at this time, we'll accept the motion to approve the digital audio recording of our previous board session back on May 30th, 2024.
So move. Second.
Okay, roll call?
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuck?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Thank you. Yes. It's 10 o'clock. We have two bid openings. I'll turn this over to Barb, our county administrator, and she'll handle the bid openings.
Sign-in sheet for OPWC OPWC Issue 1, Round 38. The engineer's estimate is $1,524,602.06. I have one bid. It's from MB Asphalt. And their bid is $1,588,026.15.
Okay, turn that over to the engineer.
Do some record keeping real quick, sorry. That's all I have for that bid. So then I have a second bid. It's for the Bettsville EMS building renovations. This engineer's estimate is $160,000, and I have three bids. The first bid is from KDH Construction, and it is in the amount of $134,200. second bid is from Five Star Maintenance. Getting there, sorry.
Yep.
Their bid is $163,350.10. And the last bid is from Millstream Building Systems. And their bid is $139,450.
Okay.
That's all I have.
So, this, we are working with the Village of Bettsville. Mayor Harrison's here in the audience. He will, so we'll take these bids, Barb, and the mayor, and you guys go through them, and we'll proceed with the project. This is for one of our stations that we're going to relocate in the Village of Bettsville. All of you that are contractors that are here for the bid, you're free to leave. If any of you are here, thank you for your bid, and we'll move on. Anything else you guys want to add?
Nope.
Anything good? ODOT? Floor is yours. Thanks, good question. Yeah. So round 38, isn't that, there are bonds that go every 10 years
You mean for issue 2?
for issue 1?
For issue 1 now, they call it. Yeah, I mean, it's,
So we have 2 more years on this round, and then,
so what they did last, and again, that has nothing to do with ODOT, but from my time at county engineer's office, where
It's
you realize
funding.
that.
It's
So,
funding.
yeah, they do bonds every 10 years. Actually, the last time they went early, so they could get actually some money on the tail end of a couple years,
so it's
as
not
well as the
actually a
new one.
10. Okay.
It is 10 though, but they kind of overlapped it to try to front load about 5 years worth when they did it last time. It was issue 1. Before that was issue 2. We always called it issue 2, and whatever issue is on the ballot, it ends up changing, but.
Okay.
But yeah, so that'll be coming up. Generally, actually, it's always been, the General Assembly will vote to put that on the ballot. I think last time maybe only like 3 out of 99 voted no, not to put it on the ballot, but it's been, at least I could tell you, when I was in Henry County, it was one of our best sources of funding, so, and it's easy money. I mean, I'll sit here and say, we give a lot of grants out, we do, but it's not they're not easy money like OPWC is, so there's a lot of strings attached. Yep.
Thanks.
Yep. Okay. Things.
Oh, are we
Went to sleep. Isn't that the way it always goes?
Technology.
technical difficulties, sorry.
April, can you see okay? You good?
All right. I don't know if this thing is working or not, but we'll see. Well, I guess I could just get started. Thank you for allowing us to come again every year. And it has been a year. But my name's Pat McCulley, for the record. I'm the District Deputy Director for ODOT District 2. I also have with me April Knoll. She's our Seneca County Transportation Administrator. She was with us last year. So we're on year 2, right, in the job? Okay. And then we have Tyler Seaman back here. He's one of our engineers in Seneca County. And then Brian French is our area engineer. He's kind of over the larger region out here. So they'll all speak at different times, and once we get it, it's working just fine. Actually, this is a case where technology, it doesn't work when you want it to, but it actually was working, and then it decides not to work, right? But just a few things too, and you mentioned issue 2 or issue 1. It probably is coming up, and I think historically, a lot of the counties would send resolutions to support, and it is, ODOT isn't necessarily eligible for that money, but it does help if you are seeking ODOT funds to, as a match, or just, just 50% or whatever it is for any other projects you have. So I guess I'm not really supposed to give an opinion on it, but I can tell you it's worked out well a lot of places, so.
Kim, no, this is not working at all, it's not connecting at all.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay. I don't have that many jokes, I wasn't considering.
So April's the young person's coming up.
Do you want me to at least get it on the website?
Yeah.
We have to get over, it gets worse, but it's already happened.
All right, so that one, at least we can have one.
So this magic's about to happen.
There you go.
There's the magic.
There you
That was a good one. That's the magic. Trying to live up to that, I guess, but for some reason, I think you gotta switch
Yeah.
that one too, right?
It's
Is that-
not gonna work. It
Oh,
will
okay.
switch over, so we may have to move the
Well,
monitors here a little bit.
Well, again, I'm Pat McCully, and just going to go over a few things on our, kind of what's going on around the state, also what's going on in your county, going on in the district. Actually, yesterday, the governor gave a press conference with Colonel Jones, as well as our director, to talk about some enforcement efforts in work zones. We really want to focus more on work zones. We have a lot of people that are out trying to make our system better, and there's a lot of folks distracted driving and driving way too fast in our work zones, so we just want to make sure we're protecting our people. So that was a press conference just yesterday, so there will be some more enforcement in work zones coming up. Okay, Ohio's infrastructure. We're 5th in lane miles, interstate, 2nd in structures, 6th in vehicle miles traveled. So that's total vehicles miles traveled. We're a very small, we're a smallish state. I think, what are we, 34, 37, something like that. But we do have a lot of people that live here, but we also have a lot of traffic that goes through here. And so there's a lot of freight movement through
Do you know
here.
who number 1 in structures is? Sorry.
Texas.
Okay.
Yep, City of Texas is, yep. So inflation, although I think your bids actually, if I remember, wasn't it 160,000? That was the estimate, so your bids came in pretty good there, at least for the fire department. But inflation has been rising. This is probably not surprising to a lot of you. It did kind of level off there at the end of 2023, but we do track this pretty closely. Key drivers: oil, cement, concrete. The more development that's happening, quite frankly, probably the worse it's going to get. There was, I don't know if there still is, Brian, cement quotas or cement rations anymore. Okay. There were some concerns about the cement supply, and then you have big companies like Intel and stuff coming in, and how do they ration that out? But I think maybe they've backed off that a bit. Steel has gone up quite a bit, and then labor's also an issue. Diesel price adjustments, I'm going to go through these quick. Asphalt went up, started leveling off. Steel, this is a big one. I mean, you look at the cost and then how much that escalated. It has gone down, but it's still quite a bit higher than it was prior to 21. Aggregate, again, same story, going up. Again, I mean, I don't have to tell you guys a lot of this. I don't want to bore you with a PowerPoint slide, but things are just getting more expensive. When you apply that 2.2% delta over roughly a $2 billion program, that's about $44 million lost buying power. So that's a fairly substantial job that we're not doing. Some new technologies, I want to throw this in. This is a technology called BAMTech. This is the 20A bridge, the interchange at 20A. This is the first bridge in the world actually utilize this technology. The company is called Foundation Steel. They're headquartered in Swanton, right? I think it's Swanton.
Archbold,
Swanton, and their manufacturing facilities in Archbold. What they use, historically they've been a construction company that ties rebar together for contractors essentially, and now they're kind of getting into manufacturing. They got this machine that you can basically put in the AutoCAD drawing, and it'll actually cut the bars how they should be and space them out correctly too. So now, instead of actually individuals placing bars, they can just roll this out. They've been utilizing this on like manufacturing facilities, warehouse facilities, data centers, but they got the first machine in the nation. It's really a European company, but this is the first bridge in the world that this has been used on, and this was done about a month ago, or a month and a half ago or so. So kind of neat.
It's impressive.
So I got some videos, assuming they're gonna work, but it's catching up a little bit, slow motion here. But you can see how easy that is to roll out. So they can, by making it in a manufacturing facility, they can obviously work 3 shifts. You can do it under controlled environments. You know, if it's raining, they're not gonna be doing this out there. If it's, you know, the winter, it has its own challenges too. So a controlled facility that can operate essentially 24 hours a day. I'll show some videos of the actual manufacturing as well. It's kind of freezing here. Might be running off that USB, it might be giving it problems. But essentially that video is about 40 seconds when it's not going in slow motion. And from what we heard from Kokosing, it takes about 8 man-hours if they were doing this typically. If they had this technology on the DeSalle Bridge, which is the I-75 bridge by the casino, oh, we're having problems. I-75 bridge by the casino, it would have shaved off approximately 3 months per phase or 6 months total off that job. So it could be a substantial labor savings, also time savings. So I would expect this technology to take hold and see more of it. We're kind of the guinea pigs, I think, for the Brent Spence Bridge project, I think it's fair to say. The canaries in the coal mine or whatever. It worked out pretty well though. So kind of neat that we have the first bridge in the world to utilize this technology.
Is that a spin-off of Miller Brothers?
What's that?
That company?
No. They, Foundation Steel, so this job's actually a Kokosing job, and Foundation Steel was a DBE, Disenfranchised Business Enterprise. At one time they graduated from the program, but they would sub out a lot to these bigger contractors like Miller Brothers. And their facility, they have a facility in Archibald, even though Miller Brothers is also in Archibald, they actually live out in Archibald. So their second machine that they're purchasing is going to go down by Cincinnati for the Brent Spence Bridge project. So I think they came to us, one, they're headquartered here, but two, they know that we're probably more likely to say yes than probably some other districts. We like, you know, testing the waters and innovating a little bit. So this is I think there's a delay between this and this, isn't there? Okay.
Yeah, the videos might not play.
There, okay. This is the machine, you can see the rolls, that's black bar going in there, different sizes, you can see, actually it's kind of good at slow motion here. See the different sizes go in there, and then it would cut it based on the AutoCAD drawings, and then it would drop in and they would connect it, and I'll show another video. You can just see, this is just an example. Okay.
Yeah, since they don't have rolls of epoxy coated steel right now, they can do a lot more with the black steel because it comes in huge rolls and it just feeds the machine, whereas with the epoxy coated steel, they have to slide kind of each bar in individually. So once they start getting rolls of epoxy coated steel, then that makes that bridge process for our mats a lot more efficient.
And I think the machine they're getting down in Cincinnati is going to be more geared towards epoxy coated than what the one in Archibald is.
Right now, is this more for like bigger commercial use? Like, do you ever see this going to like local concrete companies that are doing driving? Do you see it getting to that point, or is it mostly bigger projects right now?
I mean, I think right now, I mean, one of the advantages is, yeah, obviously your bigger use. That's what they have been using it. So like data centers, like warehouse facilities. If Rudolph Libby built a facility out here, I'm sure maybe they are building facilities out here, they might work with them to just start rolling out these, you know, these mats. Do you ever see it for driveways? I mean, it could.
Smaller contractors are, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, I mean, they could. I think that, you know, part of the advantages is, especially if you got different sizes, it knows what those sizes are, and if you got different spacing. If you had like small, I don't see why you couldn't eventually. I'm sure that.
I think the material cost would make it cost prohibitive.
Right.
Because the contractors, right now, they're not necessarily saving money, but they're saving time. And they're also, I suppose, in the long run, their insurance rates may go down a little bit because now I'm less bending over, tying things,
Yeah.
moving around, stuff like that. But the big savings right now is time, because the material cost kind of counteracts what you're saving in those man hours.
Right?
Gotcha.
So when you look at this, you can kind of see, all right, a little, I'm looking at this, and I'll press this button like 3 times. I think there's like a 10-second
Right,
delay
delay,
here,
yeah.
so. You can see them drop down, and you can see this band here. See that band? That's what it essentially connects them to, so that gets your spacing, the correct spacing. And again, you can do different bar sizes as well, so all done in a manufacturing facility. And I'll just show. All right, it'll come. I'm counting 10 seconds. There we go. Okay. Again, this is just that video again.
And you gotta think, before the crane would pick up big, huge bundles of individual bars, and then all of these guys would pick them up 2 at a time, 3 at a time, carry them out, lay them out. Well, now it picks up, it booms up and drops that whole bundle of an entire mat of steel out, and that's all they're doing is rolling it. And they're already tied, they go back through and retie, or not retie, but tie additional bars. But the amount of work that it's saving for those guys is amazing.
Yeah, you can say that.
Oh, speeds up the process when we're building over here.
I mean, I would see like Klaus Construction, they probably look into something like this on some of their bigger jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, locally.
Yeah, I think eventually you're gonna see it more and more as this spreads. I mean, this is the first machine in the Americas, and I think there's another one down in Texas they did buy, but that company might have went belly up, I don't know, but before they even made any. But I assume this is gonna become more and more prevalent. By the time it gets down to, like driveways or something, it's probably it would be a while, but it's still it costs a lot more because of the manufacturing process, like Brian said, it's the labor savings that helps a lot. And if there's a shortage of labor, and there has been, I think Foundation Steel, what did Danny tell me, they might be down like 50 iron workers or something like that, so that's less work, you get less people to do the work, so. Seneca County Maintenance Projects, I'm gonna turn it over to April Knoll.
I'm not sure what button you used. I only have one.
The one on the right.
Hello, everybody. I'm April. I just have to show you what our projects we're doing in our county. We have a culvert that we just replaced on 590, which is second on our list. It was just a 12-inch in Bettsville, and that should be open by right now. The next one we're doing is on State Route 12 up by Kansas to 635. We're replacing a 15-inch out there, which should take us about 2 days, and then we'll move to 224. I think that's a 15-inch to replace too, so we'll have 224 closed for about a day or so. And then we'll move to 2 on 587. The one on 587, or I should say both of them on the 587 are gonna take us a couple days. So I would look for that to be closed for close to a week. And then 53, we're gonna start to fill in the ditch between 54 and Township Road 26. And then we're gonna also do a chip seal this year on State Route 19, south of 224, down to the county line to Crawford line. And that's pretty much our bigger maintenance jobs. We'll still be doing all the other regular routine maintenance, but that's our bigger projects that we have going on.
What are you doing on 101? Are you just?
That's actually Tyler's job. Micro seal?
Microsurfacing, yes.
Yeah. Yep. So that's all I had for the county. You guys have any?
You know what question I'm gonna ask you?
About the bridge?
Yep.
I did turn that over to a safety study to see if we can do anything on that.
Because what's happening is that, so I spent about 2 hours on a Friday night at 101 and County Road 43 and my son got in an accident there.
Oh.
So, nothing, but that part of it, but, so there's 2 or 3 semis, so the neighbors are saying that what's happening is they're using 43 now because they don't want to bounce across 19. The semi-traffic's picked up on County Road 43 coming off of 67, so just an FYI on that it has picked up significantly. And actually, it was a time about 2 months ago when we were coming from Tiffin there, and actually the one truck just blew right through the stop sign at 101 and 43 there. So I think with that bridge situation,
It's
you're pushing
pushing
more truck
traffic.
traffic over, so just FYI on that.
Okay.
so.
Yeah, that's good to know that. Thank you. Okay, Brian, I think you're next.
Are you aware that the engineer, Matt Watson started with it, then Mark Zimmerman, 231 and 67, 224, 231, 224 and 67, their studies and, talking to Pat, I think roundabout possibilities. Has it got to your level yet, or are they still working all the engineering?
I think it's all still under the safety.
Okay, so it's not up to you
Yeah,
yet.
it's not up to us yet.
You won't get it till it's approved?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll be part of the approval?
Yeah, I mean, what we do is when we look at those intersections, either
Yeah.
by request or because they're ranked, then they'll do a safety study, they'll do kind of a rendering too.
Yeah, we've had those, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they are done. So
Yeah.
I believe, I know a couple of them were approved. I don't know if all 3 of those were approved, maybe they were. But
Okay.
then now they're in the process of design and scoping and
So
stuff
we'll
like
hear
that.
about it when we get.
Yeah, when you get close, like next year, even if, I mean, it's not gonna be constructed next year, but next year we'll have better rendering, so we'll probably have, I'm sure we'll have slides in there with those renderings and what they
Okay.
look like,
Because I
so.
know the engineer's putting some money in it,
Yeah,
you know.
and I think that's, like, the 224 one, I know there's a little hesitation when we put that in, like 3 years ago now, 4 years ago.
That's bad.
We haven't heard, I don't know if you guys have, we really haven't heard
He
any
loves it.
complaints, we've heard compliments, I mean, I think it works really well, so.
Mhm.
I'm sure some people are complaining.
You're sitting next to EMS there too, we have, if you recall.
Yeah, it's working out well.
Thanks, April.
You need one.
Thanks,
Okay.
April.
But the 224 one we put in is working out really well, though.
At 587.
Okay.
The lights weren't working the other night.
That's April's problem.
All right, Brian. Were you here last year?
Yeah.
I think you were, yeah.
Well, no, man, I think Tyler, I think the other Tyler was here last year.
Okay.
But I've been here for many, many years
Yeah,
before
I've
that,
seen
so.
Good to see you. It's because we can stop.
All right, so, well, unfortunately, this year, we wanted to give everybody a break, so I think we only got 2 jobs going on right now. 18, we're about halfway through, I think you said, right, Tyler? So we shouldn't be too much longer out there. And then 101, that, 18 is just a resurfacing project, some pavement repairs, standard asphalt resurfacing project. 101's a microsurface, so when we're done, it's gonna look a little bit different, but it's, essentially, it's a maintenance process for us when we microsurface. And I would think by the end of the month, we should be pretty much done and out of there. They'll finish up and then they'll go away for a little while, and then we'll come back 30 days or so later to stripe, is the only thing you might see. So really by beginning of July, we should be done with 101 and maybe even with 18 too,
I think
so.
18 would be fairly close. to
So when you
that.
talk microsurface,
It's kind of microsurface chip seal. It's kind of in the same family. It's given us another 5 to 7 years before we have to go out there like on 18 and mill and fill and spend more money, so.
And it's, Brian, it's a thin layer.
Yeah, it's really, really
it's
thin.
like, yeah, the chip is, and then you coat it some black, make it look. yeah.
And with the microsurface, one thing that does stick out is it has a little bit more of a grayish color to it. So, and it's a little bit louder, like when you drive on it, you're gonna hear the pavement a little bit more, but it has really good friction characteristics and does a really good job of extending the life of the pavement. So, that's what we got going on there. We will later on, it's not gonna happen this year, I can't remember, I apologize, the exact date that we sell that job, but there is a crack seal job that's gonna be going, we're gonna sell here later on this year. The jobs below that, I believe those are all Mark's jobs. So can't really give you too much of information there. And then upcoming, so same kind of stuff, a lot of resurfacing jobs, 418, 224. 224 would be culverts. So obviously, it always gets interesting out here in Seneca, Sandusky County when we close a road like that, because then all the traffic thinks that every township road is for them to drive on. So we'll have that to deal with probably next year. And then basically the 23 job in Fostoria it'll pick up where we left off last summer and then go down to the county line. or I'm sorry, the Corp line, I'm sorry.
I thought that project was scheduled for this year.
Yeah, I don't know. It probably sells this calendar year. I think it'd sell, but it's not gonna happen until next year. And then, well, one more year out, 224, resurfacing 224. Obviously, it's not the Wood County line. I guess it would be Hancock. That piece through Bascom, there's gonna be some repairs and some stuff happen, probably some closures associated with that when we do 18 through Bascom. There's some old pavement in there we need to get rid of. And then another resurface job on 53. So, I guess more of the same over the next couple years. And
All right.
Pat's got another video, I think.
Yeah, I'd like throwing videos in there, because there's always interesting stuff going on. So this one was I-280 a couple weeks ago.
Did you guys have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it was good.
I-280 a couple weeks ago, and we have cameras on our system. You'll actually see a truck coming this way carrying another vehicle that was a little high for one of our bridges at Navarre. So I think last year I shared a few other videos. There's always something interesting. So this is like, if you've seen Final Destination, if you're the car behind the car, you probably
Is he hauling the
you
line?
might need to check your pants there, but,
Oh, boy.
so.
It's okay, we have the viaduct.
That's
That's the viaduct.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Read my mind, John. You can't.
Yeah, I need to get a camera up there to get some good video of, I'll show you
Who
again.
inspects that bridge every time it's struck?
The viaduct?
Railroad.
It'd be the railroad bridge, yeah.
Are there more cameras than we think?
On the interstate system? There's a fair amount, mostly on the interstate. We got some, like, maybe on the US 24, but like outside of that, no. There is, actually, I probably should have mentioned this too, and it's mostly for your sheriff probably than anything. We do have a new policy with license plate readers. That's been a big thing recently, where ODOT would not allow license plate readers. We do allow them now. I know a lot of the sheriff's office are putting them up. Police departments are. If it's in a municipality, it wouldn't be our jurisdiction, so they do what they want. But a number of sheriff's departments put them. So I don't know if your sheriff is or isn't, but they are becoming more and more prevalent. But yeah, there is a fair amount, and honestly, like state patrol or police or sheriff do call us once in a while to see if they can see some vehicle somewhere, you know, and they're not that accurate, but if they know the exact time and if they can figure out that helps them with their case, that they're good. But a lot of times too, mostly for like crashes and like things like this, it's pretty obvious what happened here. It's probably pretty obvious without the camera what happened here, but yeah, we do have these issues, so. And with that, that's all I got. So if you've got any questions, be happy to answer any.
I do have a couple quick questions, because you'll leave after this probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, just a reminder, we're not there yet. It's the third year I brought it up. Now, where you're at, the point where 100 and what's the township
20.
road? 20, we've had this discussion before.
Yep.
About cutting that point off with all those buses and everything there, and just driving straight across, because, and Mark said he would do the engineering, and we have kind of a little bit of a system. We're gonna need to work with you on that.
Yeah.
That's kind of unused for you, but we're getting closer to coming back to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's property, we're not using it there at the corner.
Yeah.
I think we'll find.
And it would really help all the congestion. SCAT, they're adding on a monster building and more vehicles, and it's just gonna get more and more congested there. And then we have, I wanna make sure, just taking advantage of the audience, we built a new EMS station on 224, thank you. And we're looking at going down on each side, putting some sort of a flashing light up when the Chris, you want to expand on that? I don't know where we're at in the process. I don't know if we've applied for the permit
The
yet.
permit hasn't been applied for.
So we're going to be applying for
Because I
a
need to have
permit.
some more information.
So when they pull out, these lights will come on, you know, as the EMS vehicles enters.
Mhm.
Am I saying that's a layman way to explain it, but.
It's so that the oncoming traffic knows that there's an emergency vehicle coming out.
Okay.
It's kind of like if you come down Prairie Street in Tiffin, and Tiffin's coming out to go that way, they have a flashing light that says, stop. Now, obviously, we don't want to stop traffic on 224, but we want them to know you got an emergency vehicle that's going to be entering
It was-
224.
So we talk about, we do a permit, start there.
Yeah, it would be a permit process, because I mean, it wouldn't be the department paying for that.
Yeah, we would pay
That's
for it,
something
we
we
just
just
put
put
a permit and,
Yeah, and that would have to go to our traffic engineering department, and I'm not, to be honest with you, I don't think we've had one of these since I've been deputy director. Obviously, we have flashing lights for schools, but that's us that does that. Some people want flashing lights for like traffic signals. I know that's a no-no, we can't do that. I'm not sure about, I don't even know about this, so. But that would be the first step, is to apply for a permit, and then,
Okay.
if we're allowed to do it, you know, by all means, you know, but,
yeah, so it would be the vehicle, the door goes up, the garage door goes up, the vehicle deployed, ready to turn right or left, this sign will come on.
so there's an automated process, is what you're saying.
It would be automated, right? But and it would probably be run by solar.
Okay.
And it would shut off, so it would be,
Sometimes that's some of those concerns too, the anticipatory, like, if it's like a manual process, and then somebody, you know, doesn't do it, and the people expect them to do it, and then that can create a
we
more
might have
dangerous
to,
situation.
part of the design of what we get.
Now,
Different.
there's one up in,
That's how we do it.
I want to say up in Waterville, maybe, the fire department actually bought it. I'm not sure if it's Bowling Green or Waterville, but they bought the system, and it comes on flashing when emergency vehicles are exiting the
Okay,
station.
I'm trying to think,
Whenever the door goes up, they come on.
I'll pay more attention. I live in Waterville, I rode my bicycle right by the Waterville Fire Station this morning, but I should pay more attention to signs out there, I guess.
I won't
is what I'm saying.
guarantee it.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, that might be.
So the platform here is we need a permit, we need some discussion, and you know what's coming. We'll start
Yeah.
with April 1. Because it's a great spot, but, you know.
Actually, permitting goes Bowling Green does.
Correct.
Yeah, and I have to go through the portal to do the permitting process, so.
Yeah.
It's not like the old days where you just take it out and here you go.
No, it's,
That,
nothing's like
It's not
that
more to come.
anymore.
We know what we have to do. I don't have anything else.
Nope.
Good, you good? Well, that's pretty, good. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Great, thanks for coming in. Yeah, can we get a photo? We'll get a quick photo
Oh,
of you.
absolutely.
If we can smile, so,
I get my.
Yeah, I'll get
we
it.
letting Tyler off the hook, he doesn't have to talk today?
Perfect.
Tyler, you got off, I got off.
He's there for moral support. Okay.
Tyler, can you?
Say again? Yeah. All right. All right, Brian, you coming up here?
Pennsylvania.
They just want you to
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great,
Yeah.
yeah, to talk. Good people. Yeah, don't said much today. Get a little stretch in. All right.
Ready? Look this way and smile. Either hang on. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yep, nice seeing you again. Thank you.
Thanks for the updates.
We'll get 'em. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Phil. All right, commissioner reports. Go ahead and start. All right.
So last Thursday, went over to the Foster Parent Appreciation Dinner over to Reno's there. Great event. You know, it's amazing that, you know, we have the folks that step up to, you know, take the children in their homes and stuff on it. It's really, you just don't know what would happen if we didn't have, you know, folks in the county stepping up for the process. Judge Meyer was there, and boy, he did a nice job, and, you know, we're fortunate to have, you know, Jay work with all the juvenile from this to everything, and the county stuff on that, so a nice event. Right after that, we drove over to Fostoria. They had the chamber over there, had the summer kickoff events and stuff, so it was nice. It was a beautiful night out. They had a golf course over at Loud Meadows, and good turnout for that, and that was excellent night there. There's quite a few Fostorians around there, so. Sunday, we was over to, all three of us was over to Bascom at the Lions Club Memorial Day Parade, so kudos to Tony, he made it about a third of the way through and stuff on it, and yeah, he was, so good job, and he's getting a lot better and stuff, so hey, that was great. He's even jumping up and down porches and stuff, so that really, that's.
We were driving pretty fast. No, we weren't just hiding.
Right, that's, we have to put some kind of a, button on there.
Governor on there or
Down there, so yeah, exactly. Tuesday morning had Budget Commission, followed by Board of Revisions, and all the offers for the Board of Revisions for the people who want to potentially, think there's a difference on their tax value, were all sent out on last Friday. So everybody that was a Board of Revisions should be receiving their offers and stuff on that. Yesterday, so we was over to Fostoria. Tyler, Sherry and I ran over there, and Barb to the library. Fran Dwine was there. She was there to read some youth, Fostoria area. She's promoting the Dolly Parton books, where kids from born to 5 years old, if you register, you get a book, I believe, every month on it. Is that, that's what it is, mailed right to your house and stuff with it. So, so she did a nice job.
Were the Gases there?
No, they were not there. No,
because the Gase Foundation.
Yeah. So
what
I understand is like the Gases has been a proponent for, kind of the Tiffin, and now the Fostoria Library's kind of, if there's been any holes in the county stuff to help.
Okay, so there's more than one.
Now there is, because he's kind of a little lean on that, so when he was in earlier and stuff, so.
And that's kind of what you were doing, right?
Yeah, that's what they
you
kind
found
of, found that there's kind of a hole there for the rest of the county, so the library's kind of stepped up to help cover the rest of Seneca County and
So we
stuff
can
with
say
it,
that
so.
Seneca County's part of it now.
Yeah, they have been, but there was still, it was struggling to
Pockets.
get, pockets, and that's what, Fran has alluded to, that Ohio is the largest book distribution for Dolly Parton for the whole, all the states that she works in, so.
It's pretty neat.
That's very good that, get to book in the kids' hands and stuff with it. Following that, we had regional planning last night. One of the topics there was the Loudon Township zoning. It was passed, and so then we'll go back to the trustees at their meeting to have a hearing on it and kind of proceed from that point. After the regional plan meeting, Sherry, Lynn, and I, we ran over to the Attica Fair meeting. Lynn did a great job, and it's good to see you guys collaborate. Chris, I know you had the Chiefs meeting last night, so, but no, Lynn did a great job kind of updating them on that, and what's going on with the EMS, the building, and everything on that. And again, as we've always, working with them during the independent fair, so nice meeting. It's always great to get out and see the folks, whether it's Attica Fair, Seneca County Fair, stuff on that, to see the good collaborative effort with that. So this morning, I was over to WTTF with Jennifer and Crystal from working on that, talking about the foster care program and stuff, and Mike was under the weather, so we kind of, even though May was foster care month, we did it here in June and stuff on it because he was tied up then. So, so that brings us up to this morning.
Good report, thank you. And we were, well, you brought up the fairs in EMS, Chris is here. The St. County EMS will be handling events, right, at both fairs?
Yeah, they've actually been in contact. Brett's been working with you guys.
You guys have all worked on that.
Yes.
Yep.
Such
Hey, I had, you're doing a good job, by the way, on the fair board, but during COVID, I had to go out and tell them for 2 years in a row that we weren't providing service. That was my job. You know, so, it's refreshing and rewarding to know that we can staff the Seneca County Fair with Seneca County personnel, like it should be.
Yeah. Well, it's
Thank you.
refreshing for us, but it's really refreshing for the fair.
Yeah,
for
they
the
have to,
events,
they
so
gotta
that's-
have it.
Yeah, because, I mean, there could be events that have to be
And
canceled.
then I went over to Attica with you, and we didn't have any good news, we just went, and we didn't know what to say, you know.
That's all right.
Things are
Still at
improving.
360, so we're good.
Yeah, well, you were there for the 1 year, we couldn't do anything. Before you were commissioner, you went.
Before I, yeah,
Yeah.
right, and I heard it. and-
You heard it.
And I was, one of my focus.
Yeah, so it was good, we're all working, we're all on the same page with this, so it's great, it's good stuff. Go ahead, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. A lot of this is going to be similar to Commissioner Frankert's Baskin Parade here. Big thank you to the Lions, but good turnout for that. It was neat to see the military vehicles out there, and it was just a really well-done parade. Really good attendance for that. Also had OSS this week over in Fremont. And then the First Lady DeWine, she came over for the book reading. I got a really big kick out of that because there was a cutout of Dolly Parton in the background, and as she's sitting there reading, the kids are, "Is that you?" A little bit of a difference, but just some of the comments coming from the peanut gallery and the kids, it was just, it was pretty impressive, but also pretty comical at the same time.
She had to slow down because Tyler was losing. It was, she was reading there, so she had to stop for him to catch up on the words and stuff on it. So.
Yeah, so it was a tough read there, the Caterpillar book. Also, we had regional planning here yesterday, and then today, or this morning, supposed to go on the radio. Thank Commissioner Franker for covering that, but had downtown Tiffin committee meeting. Got some really good numbers here, and I just wanted to rattle down some of these. So for 2023 economic development, for the downtown Tiffin area was nearly about $250,000. Net full-time jobs added was 64. Net new part-time jobs was 22. New businesses opened was 13. Private rehab investment about 1.666 million. Public investment 862,000. Downtown vacancy rate was 4.1. Average rent per square foot was $1.25. Special event attendance, 12,500 plus. Events hosted in 2023, 28. Facade improvements, 13. Downtown housing units, 250. Volunteer hours donated, 1,311. And just, there's a really good sheet of stats we have here for the downtown, but it's just really impressive to see all the things that get done, 'cause you don't always see the work that goes in behind some of these things. I just think it goes to show when you invest in your historic buildings and your small businesses, you're gonna get these kind of returns and you're gonna have success. So it's just neat to see all those kinds of facts and what goes behind it. So keep up the good work, everybody in the downtown committees. There's a lot of people involved in that. Just things are happening, so it's exciting to see. Just want to share some of those stats with you guys. Thank you.
Great.
Tony, I got a follow-up too. I just want, so we've been working on a video, we're getting a lot of questions, you know, as we talk about landfill, size, scope, what's it look like and stuff on that. So we do have our video out now, that, a press release and stuff that, to let everybody see. It's about a 5-minute video showing kind of what it looks like and stuff with it, so.
How do we get to that video? How can we
Should be on our
find it?
YouTube, Cheyenne?
I still have to add it, but it won't take me very long.
Right.
We're gonna add it to ours,
It's on
and then it'll be
Facebook
on
page.
that Facebook page.
It's on the county website,
Okay. Which Facebook page?
the county's Facebook.
It's on both, okay, so you put it on there?
Well, Cheyenne put it on the Facebook page and I put
That's
it on
on
the
web.
county.
I got it, I found it.
Yeah.
So then
I'm
she sent
more
out a whole
website
press
guy.
release with it, so yes.
That was good. That's good with that video. So we all went to OSS yesterday, and the solid waste district meets every other month. So for me, I was not there in April due to my surgery. And I think, again, you know, it was a good meeting. But we, the 3 St. County Commissioners, are still advocating and working on bringing some resources back from solid waste district back to Seneca County so the health department can do its monitoring and what they need to do out there. And So I stayed afterwards, and had a pretty nice meeting with Gary and the attorney. We talked and tried to get some alignment on what, the approach was, and I had another commitment at noon, so, but we'll see what happens.
Just one thing on OSS real quick.
Yes, sir.
I know we have our meetings every other month, but with some of the issues we have going on right now, and just everything happening so quickly with the Senate bill and talking to some of the other commissioners and just want to bounce this off you guys, maybe it'd be a wise idea for us to meet at least once a month instead of every other. I might ask Gary about that. I mean, we have some things I think we need to sit down and discuss. When there's a 2-month lapse, a lot happens in that time. And I mean, we spent half of that meeting yesterday going over legal stuff, and might be a good idea for us to meet a little more frequently, because there are some big issues that we need to address and communicate.
Yeah, I mean, that would be up to the board, so we can bring that up next meeting and talk about it. Until you mentioned it to Gary, right?
I will.
Yeah, and so that's how, okay. Good, anything else?
Good.
I don't have a whole lot today. Just want to let you know that we're still working on getting the final punch list completed out at the Bloomville station. There's quite a list, so we're kind of tackling that, and I'm kind of trying to stay on top of that so we can get in there as quickly as we can. The pharmacy board did approve our drug license for that station. That was approved last week, Tuesday, maybe earlier this week?
Monday.
Okay, Monday. So we do have that, so we are able, when the building is complete, we can go directly to the building. So that's good. So go ahead.
Yep, so I was just thinking, so I went out, I met Len out there and looked at it. So for the public's, update the public, that building we have a pharmacy license, and we're basically working on a punch list, getting a little bit of security things tweaked, waiting on a little bit of furniture, and then we'll be ready to move in, right?
Medicare and Medicaid will have to come and assess that building also.
Okay, so we have Medicare, Medicaid along with pharmacy.
Correct.
Okay.
And I have to wait until the crews are.
So it's gonna be the end of the month until we get in there. Is that safe, chief?
Yep.
Okay, so we're excited, we're moving along with it. Good. Anything else?
I have I have a little bit of financial information, I guess,
Okay.
to provide to you. For the month of May, we collected just over $2 million in receipting. Year-to-date revenue is just over $11 million collected, which is 50% of what Budget Commission has certified. So we're a little high on revenue, but I think it's skewed because of real estate, because a lot of people come in and pay full year during the first half collection. So that's going to be, we'll really know, where we are come the end of August, because tax bills will go out, or due by mid-July, I believe. So those will be going out soon to all the taxpayers. So by August's numbers, we should have a good idea of where our revenue actually stands as being collected and things like that. So on the expense side, in the month of May, we expended $1.5 million. Year to date, we've expended almost $10 million. So we're doing okay. We're just a little bit above the target percentage for the month, like just over 3% of the target that we've spent more than what's been budgeted. So it's not bad. So, but we're keeping an eye on that and sales tax, because sales tax is our biggest revenue source. So I will tell you that we've had some additional collections with the investment income and the ICE income for the sheriff's office. So those are up. So we're doing pretty well there. So
Come on in.
Hey there. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill. That's all I've got.
Good job. So, it is to add on to that, this is again for the public, we've referenced many times various grants and potential funding from the USDA with Congressman Latta, and the USDA with Sherrod Brown, Congressman Latta, Senator Reineke, state capital budget, all these things. We really we don't have final answers on everything, on anything, except the EMS building. We did get that $750,000 that we mentioned. So we're kind of just on hold. The state of Ohio fiscal year ends June 30th. And the federal government ends in September, and they're still working out, they're still approving things from October 1st is still trickling in, because that's all screwed up. But we haven't heard any negative news other than it's just tied up in government, right? So we're just waiting and we're just cautious. And to your point, the belt's tight, we're just kind of, but if we started getting some of these grants in, that would really, really make a difference. So I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
All right, so any old business? Mr. Miller, welcome. Good to see you. New business.
Just a few supplemental appropriations for the Real Estate Access Fund. $250,000 is being requested for contract services. This is for the aerial flight that was not originally budgeted for. The Healthy Aging Grant Fund, $3,419 for contract services. This was additional amount that the state is providing to that, and of course Brian is taking care of that at our Commission on Aging, so he's doing a very good job of that. Very appreciative of all that money. Then I also have Unclaimed Fund Money Trust for their unclaimed money trust line of $181.86. This was an unclaimed check from 2022 that was just reissued. And then I have the Ambulance Service Fund for $2,535.26 for equipment. This was for new computer for the new clerk and for a laptop for the chief so that he could work remotely and when he needs to.
Just a follow-up. So on the healthy aging grant, because Brian, that was a quick turnaround, 200 and
It was 230.
30,000?
I can tell you,
That's
$233,000, just over. And then the state came back and apparently they had a little extra money for people that didn't get the money that they needed or didn't get it applied in time for it, so they divvied it out to the people that got it.
Great, yeah, he did a great job turning that around quick, and I think they helped him.
All
Yeah, this was
benefited
great.
our county.
Yeah, that was great.
Stayed in our county. Yep, good. Anything else, anybody? A new business? So I'll make a motion that we approve the supplemental appropriations as presented.
Second?
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call?
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuft?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Okay, then on to resolutions. Resolution amending Resolution 24-106, setting time, date, and place to receive sealed bids for proposed addition to the Seneca County Jail Virtual Attorney Visitation Room. This is being moved from June 13th to June 30th at 10 a.m. here at the Commissioner's office. There was a timing issue with the advertising for that, so we have to push it back a week.
Make a motion that we approve the resolution.
Now, second?
Okay, roll call?
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing Tony Paradiso, President of the Board to sign the 2025 Workers' Compensation Group Retrospective Rating Plan Agreement between Seneca County and the County Commissioners Association of Ohio.
So move.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to enter into an agreement contract with M&B Asphalt for the County Road 27, County Road 38 pavement resurfacing project.
So move.
Second. Any discussion? Okay, roll call?
Commissioner Prankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing an agreement between the City of Tiffin and the Seneca County Prosecutor's Office. This is for prosecution of misdemeanor offenses within the city, Tiffin City Law Director for 20 hours per week, and then the other hours the Prosecutor's Office will be using to facilitate some help in his office. It's a 1-year contract.
Good, that's Derek's.
So moved.
Yep,
Second.
second. Roll call?
Commissioner Prankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Guess that's all I
Anything
have.
else?
Nope, that's all I have.
Okay, nice job. Any other comments from the commissioners? Good? Good. All right, this time we open comment up to the public, and I'm looking out, I see a few faces. Mayor, we'll pick on you in the corner. Would you like to say anything?
I'm glad we're moving forward with the project. I'm happy, and I'm here to support everything we need to do.
Thank you. That's Mayor Scott Harrison from Betsville. We appreciate that. We have not signed our lease with you yet, so we will need to get together, and we have it, but we haven't acted on it. So we'll look at it, get it over to the prosecutor. Bottom line is, the village of Betsville will lease us that building for $1 a year. And the village of Betsville is gonna mow the grass, they're gonna plow the snow. So we really, really appreciate all what you're trying to do. We're putting the money in to renovate the facility. It's gonna be a definite upgrade, so thank you. We'll be keeping this thing moving. Anybody else out there? Adam, pick on you. If you don't say anything, we're gonna end it. Bill, did you wanna say anything? Nice to see you. I wanna talk to you afterwards, now that you're here. EMS? John, we keeping everything working? Air conditioners? Everything's good? Come on, it's that time of year now.
Time of the year.
Mr. Schuff didn't have his fan on today, so that was a good sign.
This building's fine.
Barb usually has it at 76 in here.
Anything else? Anybody? We good? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.